Good morning, sunshines. Today is Motivation and Inspire Tuesdays. Totally forgot what I called this day today. Yeah, I'm kind of off. Like, I was thinking it was actually maybe Wednesday, but anyways. So, I have a little quote for you. Men as well as women are much oftener led by their hearts than by their understandings. This is Lord Chesterfield who said this. So, and here's another one. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your own estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. That quote was by Marcus Aurelius, and I am probably butchering that. So today's video is basically going to be about we associate pain and pleasure to literally our neurosystems. And I've been reading this book. I know it's an old one, y'all. I'm still working on the other one I was talking about, the dream one, but you know, because of yesterday's video, if you watched it about depression and suicide, I kind of just feel like I need to go back and look at something, because that one's a little bit more like, I mean, that one's a good one too, but this one, I think he hits more on the emotion things. When I watched his I'm Not Your Guru on Netflix, yeah, Tony Robbins had me crying through the whole thing. Like, I don't think I watched it 3 times and cried every time. And now I'm gonna go watch it right now, but like, it just hits on these points that are just so obvious. And now it's been 2 minutes and I haven't even gotten to anything I was really gonna say. But so what he says is, though we like to deny it, the fact remains that what drives our behavior is instinctive reaction to pain and pleasure, not an intellectual calculation, which makes sense if you're, say, an emotional eater. I know when I grab a candy bar, I should not do it, but the idea of the pleasure, how good it's gonna feel. I've talked about this to my husband, and I've been like, hey, when I have the chili I make, it just makes me feel warm and comfy and comforted. And he's like, I don't get that at all. And every time I tell him I have that reaction to some food, whatever kind of food, whatever, he's like, I don't understand that. I don't have that reaction. And he's like the first person who I've ever spoke to about how food can make me feel that tells me that. If I talk to some of my other lady friends, we know we got it, we click, we get it. But he's just like, it's food. Okay, so like he says in here, intellectually we may believe that eating chocolate is bad for us, but we still reach for it. Why? Because we're not driven so much by what we intellectually know, but rather by what we've learned to link pain and pleasure to in our nervous system. It's our neuro associations and associations we've established in our nervous systems, which kind of explains why it might be a little hard to stop. And that determines what we'll do. Although we'd like to believe it's our intellect that really drives us, in most cases it's our emotions. Yes, for me it is. The sensations that we link to our thoughts are what truly drive us. And, you know, like I said, the chili brings me comfort. It makes me feel comforted, very nice and full and warm. And my husband doesn't get that. He did not link food to any of that. And he went through some crap in his life, much worse than I did. And he didn't use food. He used other methods which aren't any better, but yeah, anyway, I'm not going there. But the point is, okay, so here's another point he makes. We try to override the system we have linked in our neuro, and we try to stick to a diet, for instance, and we push ourselves over the edge because we have so much pain from trying to change. And we think we have solved the problem for the moment, but if we haven't eliminated the cause of the problem, it will resurface. Oh, yes, I did this. I got down to a size 9, you guys. When I put my hand, I have a picture, and I tried to do it again, and I could only get from my thumb, and I had to tweak my finger like that. That's how much space I had between my stomach and the wheel. But when I was a size 9, I literally was able to stretch my hand fully from my stomach, me poking my belly like this, and my middle finger was touching the steering wheel. I had that much space. I wasn't sucking in. I had space, y'all, and I screwed it up. It started with eating bags of chocolate at that Christmas, and then it just escalated. And I just kept associating. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so ultimately, in order for a change to last, we must link pain to our old behavior. So I gotta figure out how to link pain to candy and maybe even to the scale, because the scale is also what drove me to eat that candy continuously, even when I didn't need to. So remember, we will be doing, excuse me. So we must link pain to our old behavior and pleasure to our new behavior, and condition it until it's consistent. Remember, we will all do more to avoid pain than we do to. We all do more to avoid pain than pleasure. So going on a diet and overriding our pain in the short term will by pure willpower. I cannot talk. Last simply because we still link pain to giving up fattening foods. For this change to be long term, we've got to link pain to eating those foods so that we no longer even desire them, and pleasure to eat more of the foods that nourish us. People who are fit and healthy believe that nothing tastes as good as thin feels. Honestly, I'm so glad I opened that book and read that today, because it's true. I always link pleasure to those bad foods. Those foods have given me pleasure during crappy times in my life. It was the only pleasure I had at that time, so this might be a lot harder for me. But I also do link pleasure with eating fruit, so that's kind of helpful, I guess. And I do like beans. Alright guys, so the point of this was, we must learn to link pleasure to the items that are going to bring us greater health, and try to link the pain that we feel out of taking those not so great things out of our diets to pain. I haven't got to the part where how you do that. If you know, let me know, because I'm gonna keep reading and find out. Alright guys, hashtag Team Love Yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Hello to all my new subscribers. I love you. You are awesome. Thank you for being here on my journey, and I will see you next time.